Imagine being on a Viking ship, slicing through the turbulent waters of a cold and gloomy sea. The sky is shrouded in dark clouds, the wind howls violently, and the relentless waves threaten to swallow the vessel at any moment. The roar of the storm echoes in the ears of the warriors, but they do not waver. With tense muscles and eyes fixed on the horizon, they prepare for what lies ahead. There is no fear, no hesitation, only courage. The Viking warriors could not control the sea, but they knew how to face it. This spirit, this mental resilience, is what made them relentless, both in battle and during their voyages. And that, my friends, is the essence of Stoicism. Now, you might be wondering, what does Stoicism have to do with the Vikings? Stoicism, an ancient philosophy developed by Zeno, Seneca, and Marcus Aurelius, teaches that while we cannot control the world around us, we can control our reactions to it. This philosophy is about self-control, acceptance, and a mental strength that enables us to withstand the storms of life, whether they are external chaos or internal battles. The Vikings lived a life that demanded this: mental strength, resilience, and the ability to endure any adversity with dignity. When we think of Stoicism, we think of an unwavering calm in the face of suffering, and there is no better example of this than the Nordic warriors. As the great emperor and philosopher Marcus Aurelius said, "You have power over your mind, not over external events. Realize this, and you will find strength." The Vikings and the Stoics understood that the true battle lies within us. By controlling our minds, we can find an unshakable strength. Today, we will explore 5 powerful lessons from both philosophies to help you build mental strength like a Viking warrior. Lesson 1. Control the uncontrollable. The sea of life, the first Stoic principle you need to understand is the notion of control. Stoics believe that we cannot control what happens around us, be it external events, other people, or the circumstances of life. But one thing is certain: we can control how we react. Our mind is our fortress. The Vikings knew that the sea was an adversary that could never be tamed. Every time they set sail, they faced an uncertain reality. They could be caught in devastating storms, and many of their ships never returned. However, instead of fearing what they could not control, they prepared themselves mentally and physically for whatever lay ahead. They understood that victory was not about ensuring the sea was calm, but about how they would navigate through the storms. In our modern lives, we face storms of a different kind. Unexpected problems at work, personal situations that spiral out of our control, or even global events that change the course of our lives. Stoicism teaches us not to waste our energy trying to control the uncontrollable. Instead, we should focus on adjusting our internal sails, keeping our minds steady, and navigating through difficulties with resilience. The Vikings knew they could not tame the sea, but they adjusted their sails and kept their focus. Similarly, you cannot control what life throws your way, but you can control your response. This is what separates those who are defeated by challenges from those who conquer them. Lesson 2. Stay calm under pressure. Tranquility in chaos. At the heart of Stoicism is the concept of maintaining serenity amid chaos. Stoics believe that even when the world around us is crumbling, the mind must remain calm and unshakable. This inner calm is key to making effective decisions and resisting panic. Imagine being in a Viking battle. Around you, chaos reigns. The deafening clash of swords, the shouts of opponents, and the scent of fear in the air. But for the Vikings, losing their composure meant losing the battle. The battlefield was a place where impulsiveness meant death. Only those who could keep a cool head, regardless of the violence and chaos surrounding them, could make rational decisions and survive. The Vikings understood that external chaos was inevitable, but inner serenity was a choice. In our daily lives, we all face moments when the pressure seems unbearable: deadlines at work, heated arguments with friends or family, or even crisis situations that feel out of control. Stoicism teaches us that, like the Vikings, we must maintain calm amid chaos. When we remain tranquil in the face of adversity, we gain clarity to act effectively. A Viking who lost control on the battlefield was already defeated. The Stoic lesson here is clear. Keep your mind serene amid chaos, and you will have the control necessary to prevail. The world around you may be on fire, but true strength lies in maintaining calm and acting with clarity. Lesson 3. Resilience in the face of suffering. Stoic acceptance in Stoicism. Suffering is not something to be avoided, but rather embraced. Stoics believe that suffering is an inevitable part of life, and true strength comes from accepting it with dignity, seeing it as an opportunity for growth and strengthening. The Vikings held a similar view. For them, suffering was part of any warrior's journey. The extreme conditions of the icy north, brutal battles, and long sea voyages in dangerous waters were merely tests of a warrior's strength. Those who endured the greatest hardships were seen as the strongest and most worthy. The Vikings believed that suffering was not a sign of weakness, but an opportunity to prove their courage and determination. In modern life, we all face forms of suffering, be it emotional, physical, or even financial. Stoicism teaches us that instead of fleeing from pain, we should see it as an opportunity to grow. Each challenge we face can make us stronger and more resilient if we choose to confront suffering with courage and dignity. Just as the Vikings endured harsh conditions and violent battles, Stoicism teaches us that suffering is not an enemy, but a teacher. Every challenge you face is a chance to grow stronger. Remember, what doesn't destroy you makes you stronger. Lesson 4. Focus on the present. The here and now Stoics believe that focusing on the present is fundamental to living a virtuous life. Worrying about the past or fearing the future distracts us from what truly matters, the actions we can take now. In the heat of battle, the Vikings could not afford to think about the past or worry about the future. Their survival depended on being fully focused on the present moment, attentive to every movement of the enemy and every opportunity for attack. If they were distracted by thoughts of what they could have done differently or what might come next, they would lose focus and possibly their lives. Today, we often get lost in worries about the future or regrets about the past. But like the Vikings, we need to concentrate on what is right in front of us. Stoicism teaches us that the past is gone and the future is uncertain, but the present is where we have the power to act. Focusing on now is what gives us the control to shape our destiny. Just as the Vikings needed to be fully present during battle, Stoicism reminds us that the past is behind us and the future is uncertain. True strength lies in acting in the present. This is the moment where you can make a difference. Lesson 5. A greater purpose. Die with honor. Live with purpose. At the heart of Stoicism is the idea that a meaningful life is one guided by a greater purpose and virtues such as wisdom, courage, justice, and temperance. Stoics believe that living according to these virtues brings true happiness and inner peace. The pursuit of a greater purpose provides us with direction and resilience to face any adversity. For the Vikings, life was also driven by a clear purpose: to live with honor and courage. The concept of honor was central to the Nordic warriors, and dying without honor was the worst fate imaginable. They believed that their actions in life determined their destiny after death, and thus, they lived each moment with the awareness that their choices were part of something larger. The quest for a purpose, whether it was to protect their tribe, conquer new lands, or seek glory, gave meaning to their lives and kept them steadfast, even in the face of the greatest challenges. They understood that their courage and actions would be remembered, inspiring them to live with unwavering determination and bravery. Today, we live in a world where it's easy to become lost in superficial pursuits like money, status, or power. But Stoicism reminds us that living with purpose, following virtues such as courage, justice, and wisdom, is what truly brings meaning to life. Finding a greater purpose gives us the strength to confront challenges and the motivation to persist, even when things get tough. The Vikings lived with honor and purpose, knowing that their actions were their legacy. In Stoicism, we also seek to live with virtue and purpose, guided by something greater than the now. By finding your purpose, You will be able to face any challenge with a strength that transcends the physical, a strength fueled by reason and the highest values. Take a moment to reflect on these 5 lessons we've learned from the Vikings and the Stoics. The mental strength exemplified by these 2 cultures is not something unattainable. It can be cultivated, developed, and applied to your life right now. The control of the uncontrollable, calm under pressure, acceptance of suffering, focus on the present, and the search for a greater purpose. All these are pathways to building a resilient and unyielding mind, like that of a Viking warrior. Now it's your turn. Within you lies the capacity to forge an unshakable mind, ready to face any challenge life presents. Start today by applying these lessons. Face difficulties with courage, maintain calm amid chaos, and find the purpose that will guide your actions. By doing this, you will not only strengthen your mind, but also live a life of greater meaning, honor, and resilience. You have the strength within you to weather life's greatest storms, just as the Vikings faced theirs. With these Stoic lessons, you can forge an unshakable mind and live with courage, resilience, and purpose. Don't let the chaos of life dominate you. Take control of your mind and shape your own destiny. As Seneca said, true happiness is to enjoy the present without anxious dependence on the future. Just like the Vikings who lived with honor and courage, Stoicism reminds us that we can face any adversity with a strong mind, focused on the present, and guided by a greater purpose. May this strength be your legacy,